Discover Your Destiny by Robin Sharma is a book that will help you to live your greatest life and claim the happiness, prosperity, and inner peace that you deserve. This is my all-time favorite book. Every time I hit an adversity and feel out of balance or I feel lost, this is where I found my solace. It's not just another book for me, rather a gift, a reminder, and a guide. I cannot praise enough the importance of this book in my life. So, let's start with the condensed version of Discover Your Destiny. If you have not subscribed already, then subscribe to Reading Leaf for condensed version of books. Here we do not provide the big key ideas alone, but the entire book in its condensed form. So let's start. To be honest, I'm a big fan of Robin's writing because he always writes in the form of stories. He shares his message in a story format which is easy to understand and remember the concept for a longer period of time. Discover Your Destiny is also written in the story format. It's a tale of transformation which shows the 7 stages every human being has to go through on the path of self-awakening. Let me start with a small story here. Many years ago, there was a temple with a huge golden Buddha. Villagers come to know that an army was about to invade, so they decided to cover the golden Buddha with mud and concrete so that it looked like an ordinary stone Buddha, and the invading army perceived no value in it. Sure enough, the army rolled in and passed by the golden Buddha with no reason to plunder it. Army occupied the village for many years and eventually left. And there was a time when nobody remembered that the Buddha was actually made of gold. And then one day, a young monk was meditating on the base of Buddha and a little piece of gold chipped off. The monk excitedly shared with other monks and they started hammering at the statue and they realized it was a golden Buddha. See, these 7 stages of Discover Your Destiny is not about achieving something but to come back home, a map toward your own authentic self. This is a great inspiration and a guide toward finding your hidden golden Buddha, which we often forgot in our daily busy life. And we keep living the mediocre life and we keep producing the mediocre results. Believe me, you do not need to be a mediocre. Mediocrity is not a very good place to be. This book revolves around a businessman, Dar. He is a successful businessman but failed in his relationship, family and personal life. Even after having a great success in the business world, he does not have the inner fulfillment. He felt disconnected from himself and broke inside. This started affecting his business too. But his whole life turned around and changed after meeting the famous lawyer turned into monk Julian. Julian shared the 7 stages with Dar and held his hand onto this journey of self-transformation. Julian was the first one who taught him courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to walk through your fear in pursuits of goal that is important to you. Dar also discovered Julian's lessons were very practical and simple to follow. Because unlike other so-called spiritual people, Julian is more alive, vibrant and joyful. He enjoys music, dance and traveling and savor all the beauty this life has to offer us. But these things are not the driving force in his life. He does not base his identity and self-worth on them. The foundation key idea of this book is your life will work much better once you listen to life. Let it lead you rather than trying to push the river, and trust that where life carries you is exactly where you are meant to be. It's very easy to misunderstand these lines, so I want to make them clear. This does not mean to sit waiting for life to happen, but the balance of doing your best and letting the part happen. I'm sure by now you wanted to know that how does one discover his destiny? And Julian answered, no one ever discovered their destiny. Your destiny will discover you. It will find you provided you have done the preparation and inner work required to seize the opportunity when it presents itself. These 7 stages are not the process of achieving or getting it done, but it gave rough image of what to expect at different stages and how to deal with that so that you can keep breaking your current level of limitations and you keep moving toward your greatest life. Well, for sure you cannot control your life 100%. Life runs along according to its own course. But what we have enormous control over is the way we respond to what life sends our way. It's very important that you understand these 7 stages are the blueprint for awakening your best self and manifesting the potential you have. Julian explains the first stage is living a lie. This is the stage of self-betrayal. This is where most people on the planet are living today. It is the stage where people are afraid to dream, living to fit in the society to the cost of their own personal calling. This is the stage of living in compulsions, choosing security over creativity and betraying themselves in the fear of society. For example, we all were told to fit into the crowd and behave like everyone else. We were taught not to sing aloud, not to dream big, not to be too loving, or something more. In truth, our happiness depends on possessions and external powers. But the truth is, your authentic self is the best version of you that you could offer to the world. Once we start self-betraying ourselves, once we choose not to listen to our conscience and feelings, we make the cycle of self-betrayal more strong. It steals our vision to see the things the way they are. It is like a stain in your window's glass which doesn't let you see clearly. Then the second stage is the choice point. Once you are aware that you are following the crowd and living an inauthentic life, then the choice comes. I personally believe most of the people got this opportunity in their life when they realized that there is a life possible beyond their current level of limitations. There is a life possible with great possibilities and a deep meaning, with a sense of fulfillment, contribution, and living the authentic self. But most of them choose to close their eyes and convince themselves it is just a foolish dream that won't be possible. Here they are presented with the choice to go further and step down into the unknown, or just slip back into the comfort of known. If you are committed to be something more than your current limitations and you have made a choice to live and discover your destiny, my friend, I would be happy to meet you on the other side of the river. And this is possible as well as practical to achieve, because it's your personal territory and very less people choose to step into those unknown areas. So you will face no competition, which anyway doesn't matter, because nothing is more important than having the bravery to live your life. Here is the gold nugget from the author. The soul would rather fail at its own life than succeed at someone else's. And there is a large group among us who decide to live their authentic life later or procrastinate it for someday. See, we all are mortals. This is the basic fundamental truth of our life. But most of us keep living like we are not. We keep postponing our personal calling. We keep pushing to live our best life for someday. And before we actually tapped into our greatest potential, our someday ran out. Before we actually discover our destiny, our life meets death, our energies fall down, and our heart sinks with regrets. And that's why most people are terrified, scared, and miserable on their deathbed. While very few people die gracefully, knowing they lived well, they loved well, and they served their part well. Osho Rajneesh once said, "Life is a preparation, and death is the destination. How you live decides how you die." And I personally believe if you know you are going to die, then only you will have the courage to live well. Then the third stage is awareness of wonders and possibilities. Those who are brave enough to shed their old vision enter this stage and get to see the world with a new set of eyes. You start seeing more of the truth than you ever have seen before. You begin to understand that the world is a place of great abundance, opportunities, and miracles. This is an incredibly inspiring stage of journey home. But you will also be accessing your well of pain. At this stage, the third stage, you start dropping the illusions of your head, which could be painful for you. In this stage, we all need to embrace our pain and must be willing to surrender all we have known and accepted as the limitations in the past to walk into a new possible reality. Please allow me to ask you a question. If you know you are going to die next week, will you live your life in the same way you are living now? Will you still burn yourself on the things which doesn't matter much? Will you still have time for hate, rage, or angers for others? Won't you choose to love more, to live more, or to laugh more? Won't you choose to go beyond your current limitations and serve more in all possible ways? Well, think for a moment. Is there any guarantee you are not going to die next week or even tomorrow? George Bernard Shaw was asked on his deathbed, "What would you do if you could live your life again?" And he replied, "I would like to be the person I could have been, but I never was." This is the stage when we start seeing the multicolors of life. A great tip to handle the confusion at this stage is you must start writing in a journal on a daily basis. It's a powerful tool to bring clarity and help you sail through the storm of confusion. Once you handle this third stage of awareness of wonders and possibility gracefully, you enter the fourth stage, the stage of instructions from masters. This is the stage of learning, failing, and preparations. At this stage, the seeker turns to teachers, books, philosophers, sages, and other resources to learn and improve the quality of his life. At this stage, you may feel frustrated and afraid at the same time because your world is changing and you are heading toward unknown, something which is not fixed and secure, and something which seems insanity from the status quo point of view. You may also feel overwhelmed because you realize there is so much to learn and you got very little time, and you also find difficulty in what to choose first. Actually, this is a stage of your life when you need to learn more and be patient because the answers will come for sure. This is the chaos and confusion before you can get rewarded with more authentic life. This is the inner work you need to do for the growth of your authentic power. This is when seekers suffer most, but at the same time learn the most important laws of life. This is when seekers start working on the four major parts of their life: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, through all possible means. And by working on all these four areas, seekers start building the foundation needed for further journey. Yes, the further journey. The next stage, the fifth stage, is transformation and rebirth. Author described this as a stage of emptying and refilling. This is a stage when old leaves get replaced by new ones. It is the time of deep transition. At this stage, you will start reclaiming your authenticity. You will start reclaiming your own conscience and audacity. This is the time when the life process start looking very mystical and miraculous. This is the time for clarity and chaos at the same time, but you will be comfortable with unknown and you will start embracing the rhythm in the opposites of life. You will be okay to deal with your fears, insecurities, and your doubts. And when you start feeling that you are enjoying the opposites of life, then you are in the fifth stage. At this stage, I will suggest you be relaxed and do what you can and then let it go. Do not try to control. Clarity comes after the most chaotic situations, and this is the time of more chaotic situations you have ever faced in your life. You know, the only people without problem and adversities are 6 feet under the ground. Or in simpler words, only dead people are the one without any problem. Death is the highest relaxation. Life needs a certain amount of tensions to keep it going. So relax into the flow of life and let it happen. Then the sixth stage, the stage of testing and confirmations. This is when you will face some trial or adversity just before you get the prize of life you have always desired. You face the trial to ensure that you have learned and fully integrated the lessons needed for live the life you want. But unfortunately, most people give up just before they reach their goal. I want you to make the promise of not quitting until you invest your very last ounce of energy in order to do what is most valuable and important to you. If you are feeling stuck at this stage and feels like you are not growing fast enough, or you are feeling like you have hit the plateau, I suggest you read the book Go Getter by Peter B. Kine. It will inspire you to be more and do whatever it takes. Do your best, chase your most important dream, open your heart, do your inner work, take lots of action, get up early, and be disciplined. Do whatever is possible for you to close this integrity gap and build your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual self. Then and then only let go and accept what comes to you, knowing that it is what's best for you in this moment. Then the seventh stage is the great awakening of self. It is the stage of fearlessness. It's the result of your preparation and inner work you do for the first 6 stages. I don't think I'm the right authority to speak anything on this. For that, you have to listen from the author. You have to read the book. I want to paraphrase something from Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudevaya. Life knows no failure. Failure exists only for those who are always comparing themselves with others. So stop comparing and start living. We all are going to die. The question is, are we living well? Life waits for no one. To live life with profoundness and joy, connecting with your mortality on a regular basis will be a great tool for you. Steve Jobs once said, remembering that I will be dead soon is the most important tool I have ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fell away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked, so there is no reason not to follow your heart. Dying Empty by Todd Henry is a great starting point in this direction. I highly encourage you to read this book. This book will help you in finding your voice and turning your passion into practice. I want to be very honest with you. Discover Your Destiny is a book that has a lot to offer than just a 10 or 15 minutes video. And I just want to inspire you and make you curious to read this book. If I have done my job well, then read this book because this can upturn your mindset and philosophy toward life. It doesn't matter if you like this video or not, but please do read this book and share this video with those who need a reminder to live well, to love well, and to serve well. Our world deserves more people who can take the risk to discover their true potential and serve the world with these special gifts. If you have enjoyed this video so far, I honestly want to know more about you. Please share in the comment box about the great life you want to build and the great purpose you want to serve. Please share what you want to live for before you left this beautiful planet called Earth. And on the basis of these 7 stages, what stage you believe you are in right now and what one action you need to take to go for the next level. Thank you, and if you want more such content, please subscribe to my channel Reading Leaf. I will keep uploading such mindful content which help you in improving the quality of your life. I'll see you in the next video.